Holy shit, that was a mess. That was maybe the ugliest end to the round of 8 I've ever seen. Even had a good cutline race, but alas, manufacturer fuckery is abound. Let's just get the losers out of the way.
I tried so hard and got so far.
Considering everything that's happened to Hamlin since his points penalty just before the playoffs, this seemed inevitable. After all the "it's our year" proclamations and the speed early season, you would have thought a championship appearance was at least in the cards. Then you remember it's Denny Hamlin and Lady Luck always deals a bad hand. Shout out to a homie of mine, Silent, for putting together a documentary of Denny Hamlin's unlucky 2022 season. This season seemed right about on par with that sentiment. He led the points for a good while and seemed all in from the get-go. But it's hard to stay focused when you're not only one of the biggest stars in the sport, but also involved with ongoing litigation. No matter the season, no matter the momentum, no matter the circumstance, the Bill France Cup seems forever out of reach for Denny. This is your fate. You are the Minnesota Vikings of NASCAR drivers. Embrace the pain. NASCAR's Golden Boy has had his incredibly consistent season come to a heartbreaking end. Remarkable consistency was marred by only one win on the season. It's not like he didn't have race-winning speed, he just simply didn't have the right pieces at the right time. Hell, he finished second behind Blaney, barely missing the chance to lock himself in. Too bad it didn't matter in the end. The crash at Las Vegas ended up being the catalyst for Elliott's season. It doesn't help that Chase only won one race all year, but his stats would have proven to be otherworldly in other points formats. That's just not how the sport does things anymore, though. Chase said after a surgery at the end of last season that he had to relearn how to drive the car from 2022. And it looks like he figured out how to do that. It just might take a little more on top of the box to figure out how to win this thing. Since his 2022 championship appearance, Chase only has one win to his credit, which might have not even happened if it wasn't for Texas being Texas. Good things come to those who wait. Chase just didn't win the Hendrick Championship lottery. Go get him next year.
How bad can I be?
Now this is peak NASCAR right here. The winningest driver on the year with double the wins of his nearest competitor misses the championship in hilarious fashion. Honestly, this is what you get with Kyle Larson as your driver. Lots of race wins and championship contention year in, year out, but if he doesn't put all the pieces together late season, you get failure more often than not. Larson literally has as many sub-30th place finishes as he did wins this season. You can win as much as you want, but if you don't time it right in this system, it won't matter in the end, especially if you get outperformed when it matters most. As much as I love to see dominance fall, this one just didn't seem right to me. Such a good season with good stats undone by his own driving style. Maybe Larson needs to reevaluate his approach if he wants to avoid this type of performance next year. Hard to conform to the system when a 3-race season decides your championship fate, though. Larson fans lament at Talladega being in the round of 8 next year, and the rest of the NASCAR world rejoices.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Bell, bell, bell. You couldn't keep it in your pants, could you? Oh no, that was Byron before the race. At the end of this race, it seemed like it was either of their spots to lose, but both cars couldn't do much of anything. Casual race manipulation, shenanigans ensuing, and now we have a shit show that threatens the very integrity of the sport. This really is maybe the worst part of the playoffs right here. Byron's car falling fast, Bell desperate because this is the worst race he's had all postseason, all mixed together to create maybe one of the biggest controversies in recent memory. And all for what? Manufacturer pride? Powerhouse team ego? Whatever it is, it's fucking bullshit. Initially, it was super compelling that all it came down to was 1 point. But for NASCAR to be pushed around and bullied by manufacturers when the season matters most is truly telling of the amount of respect teams have for the sanctioning body. Let's not forget that Bell would probably be in if he didn't try and wall ride like a dumbass in the first place. He did it unnecessarily in order to maintain position that was never under threat. If it weren't for NASCAR being absolute pussies, I'd say Bell is the lol cow in this situation. Glad he shed the nice boy persona though. After entering this round, I figured we'd see more cream rising to the top. I have been terribly mistaken once again. The racing gods forsake us. We started off with Logano winning a fuel mileage race to lock himself in at Vegas, despite being around 15th in points earned all year long. Then you have Reddick basically in a need-to-win situation go absolutely beast mode to win at Homestead. Finally, with all the cards on the table, Blaney puts on a masterclass to steal the show again at Martinsville, leaving one spot open for, wow, who would have guessed? A Chevrolet makes it in over an extra Toyota. Jokes aside, it's clear why Bell got axed from the finale. Wall riding in 2024? Congrats on your fail melon, dude. You had a legit shot to make one of the best runs in playoff history, and instead you fall prey to manufacturer fuckery and last-second desperation. What a damn shame of an ending to a genuinely good race. We roll into Phoenix with our final four set. Joey Logano looks like the weakest of the four competitors thus far, but has had 2 weeks to prepare unlike the rest of the field, and is riding his even year fortune like he did in 2022 to get his second cup. There's good reason to be fearful of what Logano brings to the table. Ryan Blaney looks to defend his title from last year. Considering he carried the Ford banner for the majority of the year, I'm not surprised he made it back here. He's been excellent at not only Phoenix, but also any short flat oval. This makes him more than formidable racing into the championship. Tyler Reddick isn't the best at Phoenix overall, but does have race-winning speed if the setup and track match up right. He had a podium finish here in the spring 2022 race that has shown decent speed at the 1 mile track, but he'll likely need to turn it up to 11 if he wants a chance to prevail lifting the trophy that's bigger than he is. Finally, William Byron enters his second consecutive Champ 4 appearance after a bunch of turmoil and controversy, but just like Wichita State in 2014, is just happy to be there. Byron did turn on the Jets at the end of the season with outstanding speed that was really only matched by Christopher Bell. Regardless, he's the one who prevailed and is racing for a championship. Chevy haters cry out in agony. Phoenix has become notorious for being an average, all-around good track, but not producing the most exciting racing. It's a great facility and provides the highest level of fan service. That being said, it's because NASCAR poured millions of dollars into renovating the track to maximize profits. Classic France family. Enjoy the off-season, folks, and thanks for watching. Until next time, pull those belts tight, race hail, praise Dale, and happy racing.